You know John Fogerty as the raw voice legend behind Creedence Clearwater Revival, the swamp rock icon who poured the soul of America into gritty anthems from a California garage. But behind the music was a man boiling with decades of bitterness. He wasn't just a perfectionist, he was a warrior for authenticity. And when fellow musicians crossed that line, or crossed him, they didn't just earn a cold shoulder. They earned a place on Fogerty's personal blacklist. And that list includes some of the biggest names in rock history. These are the 6 musicians John Fogerty hated most, and the shocking reasons behind each bitter feud. Bruce Springsteen represented everything John Fogerty couldn't stand about the modern music scene: polished, theatrical, and, according to him, manufactured. While Springsteen played the blue-collar rebel, Fogerty was that rebel, raised in real hardship. Their feud erupted when critics started comparing Springsteen's poetic narratives to Fogerty's grounded grit. In a 1975 radio interview, Fogerty called Bruce a college boy playing dress-up as a factory worker. It didn't help that Born to Run received the acclaim Fogerty thought he deserved. He called Springsteen's success manufactured mythology for people who've never seen a real small town, and he never let it go. Neil Young's ever-changing sound clashed with Fogerty's devotion to tradition. Where Fogerty saw discipline and roots, Young embraced chaos and risk. Backstage at a benefit concert in the 70s, Young reportedly criticized CCR's commercial sound. Fogerty snapped back, calling Young a pretentious noisemaker who mistakes chaos for creativity. Fogerty hated following Young's feedback-heavy performances and saw them as disrespectful to the audience. Critics praised Young's bold evolution. Fogerty saw it as laziness, hiding behind weirdness instead of learning how to write real songs. The Eagles. Fogerty saw them as the polished, plastic face of country rock. While he was fighting legal battles and fighting for his creative soul, the Eagles were topping charts with what he called elevator music for rich people. He saw their harmonies as lifeless and their success as a betrayal of real American music. When Hotel California dominated the airwaves, Fogerty's resentment turned to open contempt. He believed they profited from a version of roots music so sanitized it had lost its soul. Robbie Robertson and the band were praised as refined masters of Americana, but Fogerty didn't see admiration. He saw competition. He believed Robertson was more concerned with being seen as an artist than actually making great music. Critics called the band's sound sophisticated. Fogerty saw it as calculated. When music from Big Pink won critical love, Fogerty was furious. He believed his raw, stripped-down approach was more real, and resented being called simpler or commercial. Saul Zaentz, head of Fantasy Records, wasn't a musician, but he became Fogerty's greatest enemy. Through contracts Fogerty believed were deceptive, Zaentz gained control of CCR's catalog. Fogerty lost his songs and the right to even perform them. The rage boiled over when Zaentz sued him for plagiarizing himself. Fogerty was dragged into court for sounding like his own music. He said Zaentz was trying to own my musical DNA. The stress nearly destroyed him. For years, he stopped recording altogether. But nothing cut deeper than the betrayal from within. His brother, Tom Fogerty, bandmates Stu Cook and Doug Clifford. Fogerty ran CCR with a tight grip. He wrote the songs. He made the decisions. Eventually, the others demanded a voice. Fogerty refused, believing they weren't capable of contributing equally. When they sided with Fantasy Records during the lawsuits, it felt like betrayal at the deepest level. The band fell apart. The relationships never recovered. On tour, they barely spoke. Fogerty treated his old friends like hired hands. And when it ended bitterly. These weren't just rivalries. They were personal wounds. And they shaped not only John Fogerty's music, but his entire legacy. Let us know which feud surprised you the most in the comments.